You know, just when you think the Detroit Lions are going to turn over a new leaf, they Detroit Lion again. I was really starting to think, man, I could really pick the Detroit Lions to be a team that, quite honestly, might win the division. And I kept trying to talk myself out of it, wondering what the hell was going on. But the Detroit Lions helped me out there. Now I can actually tell them it is time for them to just pack it in. Detroit Lions fans, I'm sorry. You guys are not going to win the division. Your ownership has done it to you again. Your GM has done it to you again. Trading Jeff Okudah, your number 3 overall pick, who quite honestly finally had a healthy season in 2022. Finally played some good football in 2022. And the Detroit Lions are like, yep, we've selected you 3rd overall, so we're going to trade you for a 5th round draft pick after you just played your first complete season and played your best football of your career. The Detroit Lions will always Detroit Lion, and that's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Sorry, Lions fans. Is what it is. Cue that intro.
Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that then. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the stage. More talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, still listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Starts like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs. You know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA. We the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
And what is going on, Man Hour Nation? It's your boy, BC Brandon Combs, coming to you live with a solo show today. Buck is out. I think what happened was he posted these ridiculous pre-draft power rankings, and he did not want to take the heat from the fans coming back. So we're going to give it to him anyway. I think that's why he bowed out of the show today and was like, hey, can you just do a solo show today? I got something that come up. I don't know, Buck. I don't know, man. It sounds a little suspect to me anyway. What's going on, Joey? I see you in the comments. Joey says, Combs. Yes, it is me. It is me. And we're going to talk a whole lot of football today. We got some stuff to go through. I want to go through the NFC North. Some strange things going on in the NFC North. Some teams that are coming up. Some other teams that are going down. I really did think that the Lions were on their way back up. But I really don't understand this trade of Jeff Okudah. I really don't. I mean, can anybody tell me why Jeff Okudah, for a 5th round draft pick, a guy who 3 seasons ago was a number 3 overall pick in the draft? Now, look, I know he's had some health issues. But last year, like I said, he played his first full season. And he played probably the best football of his career. So I don't know if any of my Lions fans are watching right now, but if you want to chime in and let me know what the hell is going on in Detroit, why the hell they're trading Jeff Okudah, it makes zero sense to me. But before we break down the NFC North, let's get into Bucks preseason power rankings, shall we? Bucks preseason power rankings. Make sure you guys are available to comment. Make sure you guys are available to give Buck everything that he deserves with these preseason power rankings. He has got the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. You heard me right. The defending champion Kansas City Chiefs at number 6 prior to the draft. How the hell you have them at number 6, Buck, is beyond me. The Bengals at number 1, you can make an argument, but I don't believe you could make an argument over the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, that's just stupid. Kansas City beat them in the AFC title game. Kansas City is still the defending champion. Kansas City arguably got better this offseason. They certainly didn't get worse. So I don't see how you have them at number 6. Then you've got the San Francisco 49ers all the way up at number 2. And we don't even know who their quarterback is heading into this season. And the Miami Dolphins at number 3, which is beyond all comprehension. I'm not even sure Miami belongs in the top 10, let alone in the top 3. The Philadelphia Eagles at number 4. I think that might be a good spot for them. I think you need to move the Buffalo Bills up to 3. I think you definitely need to move Kansas City back up to 1. You move San Francisco and Miami maybe out of the top 10, but at least at 9 or 10. You got the Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, Dallas Cowboys, and Jacksonville Jaguars rounding out your top 10. What in the hell was this man thinking? Patriots End Zone chiming in. What's going on, my guy Wayne G out there? 49ers don't even know who their quarterback is going to be. And that's exactly what I just said just a few minutes ago. How you have the San Francisco 49ers in the top 5, let alone in the top 10. Look, I know they're a good team if they have a quarterback, but they don't even know who their quarterback is going to be. And you have them sitting at number 2? Like, I don't know if Buck went to the local dispensary before making this list, but something is out there, man. Something is definitely out there with Michael Buckheister. And I only wish that he was on today to defend this, because I don't know what he was thinking. And I know he was throwing jabs at me, posting some stuff about how the Bears are always going to be in the basement of the NFL, how they're always going to be a stepping stone in the NFL. We'll address that here in just a little bit. But I don't know what the hell's going on. Tiki Simpson chimes in, says, Patriots End Zone, we know. Don't you worry. You don't know, Tiki? Are you of the mind that you are going to be the ones going and getting Aaron Rodgers and stealing him away from the New York Jets? I wouldn't be shocked. I thought that the Niners should have been in the mix the entire time. I thought when he came out and said he wanted to go to the Jets, I was kind of surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to the Niners. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Niners swoop in there. But I do think that the Green Bay Packers are going to utilize the 49ers as kind of a, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Smoke screen to get everything they can out of the New York Jets. The thing about the 49ers is, if you don't land Aaron Rodgers, who is your quarterback? Brock Purdy's hurt. Probably won't be ready till midseason at best. Then you've got Trey Lance, who we don't know what kind of quarterback he's going to be. Well, last time we saw Trey Lance, in the first 2 games of the season before he got injured, he did not look very good. Now, the key there is they've got a really good team around him in San Francisco. They really do. So having San Francisco in the top 10 isn't my argument here. Having San Francisco in the top 10 isn't my issue with these power rankings. My issue with these power rankings is having them at number 2. It's insanity. Now, I would never accuse Michael Buckheister of clickbait material. I would never say that Michael Buckheister put this list out there to get people to yell at him and click on it and tell him he's stupid. But I don't need to click on it to tell him he's stupid. I get to tell him every day here on the show. What I need you guys to do is I need you guys to get this out there. I need you guys to share this and find out if there's anybody in the world, anybody else, one person. I want to see one person. Show me proof. Send me a screenshot. One person that agrees with this list. One person that believes the Miami Dolphins are the number 3 team in the league heading into the pre-draft power rankings. I don't even think Miami Dolphins fans think that they're there. I really don't. The Eagles at number 2 would make a lot of sense. Bengals at number 3 would make a lot of sense. Bills at number 4 would make a lot of sense. Chiefs obviously are the number 1 team in the league. The Minnesota Vikings, I think I would have them outside of the top 10 right now. I don't think they're going to win this division. I really had the Detroit Lions. I still don't understand the Jeff Okudah thing. I really don't. I think they gave up on Jeff Okudah. There obviously had to have been something internally to make that trade, to only get a 5th round draft pick for Jeff Okudah. It baffled my mind when I saw that yesterday. Tiki Simpson chiming in. He doesn't want to play with us, but a 1-year contract would be okay with Rodgers. Lance is looking much better. Purdy will be good sooner than later. Chiefs should be first. I 110% agree with you there. Like I said, share this out. Please find me one person that would agree with Michael Buckheiser that this pre-draft power ranking is actually something more than just clickbait. I don't understand it. But let's get back to your comment here. He doesn't want to play with us. 1-year contract would be okay with Rodgers. Lance is looking much better. When you say Lance is looking much better, I need to know what you're seeing and where you're seeing it. Because, obviously we're in the offseason. Looking better as far as injury-wise, sure. Great. But on the field last year, before the injury, he did not look good. He did not look good in Chicago. And I'll give you the fact that he was playing in the middle of a monsoon here in Chicago. But they should have beat the Bears handily. The Bears team last year was not very good. They should have beat them handily. I'm not saying that the Niners don't belong in the top 10 because they've got that team where no matter who their quarterback is, the defense can carry them. And coming from a guy who's from Chicago, coming from a Bears fan, I know all about a defense being able to carry you to a Super Bowl. I've seen it twice in my lifetime. Once in a win, the other one in a loss after having the lead at halftime. Twice the defense has carried us to a Super Bowl. So I get it. But you can't have them at number 2 in the power rankings when there are teams that are more well-rounded, teams that know who their quarterback are going to be. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And so for all you guys out there watching right now, for all you guys listening, share this pre-draft power ranking, please. You can find it on the Man Hour Facebook page. I posted it, I think, last night, maybe this morning. He posted it on one side. We had like 12,000 people commenting, man, and boy, were people not happy. I just want to see if one person agrees with Michael Buckheiser on this list. Patriots End Zone says, report that Lance went to Mahomes camp last week and put on a show. Again, the camp, the videos, Tiki says, practicing with Mahomes, a video a couple days ago, Lance is throwing strong and accurate. These videos are just like going to the combine. Great. You look good in shorts. You look good throwing without pressure in your face. You look good without an actual defensive line coming at you, trying to take your head off. You look good with wide receivers that are running routes without coverage. You look good when guys are not in actual game form. So it's easy to look good on camera. I need you to see you look good on the field. Look good on camera. There's been plenty of videos where I've seen Trey Lance look good, and I'm not saying he can't be good. What I am saying is from the on-field stuff that I saw from him in the first couple of weeks of last season, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. To be honest with you, by the end of the season, I was saying, man, maybe you should trade Trey Lance and build around Brock Purdy. I like Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is going to be a decent quarterback in the NFL. Is he going to be a stud? Is he going to be half of what he was last year? I don't know. Is there a reason why he was Mr. Irrelevant? I don't know. Could he do this without the type of team that was around him last season? Again, I don't know. But what I do know is what I've seen on the field, and what I've seen on the field is not very good with Trey Lance. It's not very good so far. I hope he turns it around. I'm rooting for the kid. I think the kid is good, but we have to see it. He has to prove it. He's got a lot to prove. Same thing with my guy over here in Chicago, Justin Fields. There's a lot more to prove. Do I have high expectations? Am I hopeful? Of course. But you've got to prove it. You've got to show me on the field that you can be that guy. Now, again, before I take this graphic off, Bucks power rankings, I give it an F minus, lower than an F minus, a negative F minus if you can. That's the grade I give Buck here. What about you guys? Just let him know in the chat. Blow him up. Blow up his DMs. Do whatever you got to do. Let this guy. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I really don't. Again, clickbait. Anyway, we got the NFL draft coming up. If any of you guys are going to be around the Chicagoland area, we are going to be live at Bourbon Street. Live at Bourbon Street on Thursday, round one of the NFL draft. Thursday, April 27th. We will be live from the biggest sports bar here in Chicago. So if you're around, you can reserve your tables now. Just go to the website, 115bourbonstreet.com. You can reserve your tables to come see Man Hour live. Have some good drinks, good food. And we're going to be giving away a lot of prizes as well. We got a whole lot of stuff planned for that night. Should be a good time. Tiki Simpson says, yeah, Buck is way off. Absolutely 110% agree. Also said, we will see. It is unknown. Yes, but the rest of the team is dynamic, so Purdy can jump in and take over. I don't disagree. I do like what the Niners have put out there. Like I said, I just have to see more from Trey Lance. He's going to have to prove it. I'm still going to see more from Brock Purdy. So a lot to be determined there. I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers ends up there. I wouldn't shock me. Aaron Rodgers has a way to surprise people and think that he's funny and cute, and he's just annoying at this point. But we'll see how he does. So let's break it down. Anybody got anything that they want to talk about? Feel free to hit me up in the chat. We can certainly talk about it. I can bring it up. We can talk, have conversation for sure. But in the meantime, let's break down the NFC North pre-draft. You got 4 teams in the NFC North that 2 of which are looking really good, trending up. Well, really 3 of which are looking good. 2 of them are trending up. Vikings are starting to trend down. Packers are trending down, especially losing Aaron Rodgers. That's gonna sting. Is Love the next guy? Not sure. But let's start it off there. Let's start it off with the Green Bay Packers, who this offseason have not made a ton of moves. They've lost more than they've added. There's no real big signings or trades that make you go, wow, they're going to look really good. I do like the pickup of Tavarius Moore. I really do think that Tavarius Moore is going to help that secondary in coverage. Defense that is already pretty damn good. It was a good pickup for them. But again, I think that the Packers are going to be picking up the rear in this division. I really do. It's about time. I'm excited for it. Being a Bears fan, nothing excites me more than watching the Green Bay Packers suffer, watching their fans suffer. Sorry, Torrey. Sorry, Wyatt. But that's just what it is. I'm a Bears fan. I like to see him suffer. I don't know how good Love is going to be. I don't know whether or not Jordan Love is going to surprise everybody. I don't know if Jordan Love is going to be the guy that they expect him to be. You know, the Green Bay Packers have 30 plus years of Hall of Fame quarterback play in a row, right? I mean, they've been blessed at the quarterback position. Now, they haven't turned it into very many Super Bowl wins, only 2 in those 30 years. They've turned it into a lot of division titles and a lot of NFC championship losses. But now they're going to have to struggle for a little bit. And maybe Jordan Love is that guy. Maybe Jordan Love is the quarterback. But I just don't know that there's enough pieces around him, even if he is that guy, to get there. I do like Christian Watson. I think Christian Watson will be a great piece for Jordan Love. I don't know where he is going to be in the NFL, though. I really don't. Has sitting behind Aaron Rodgers helped him or hurt him? That's another thing. You know, not very much game experience sitting behind Rodgers. Patriots End Zone says Jordan Love has the NCAA record for interceptions in the season, the year he was drafted. The Packers are no stranger to a quarterback that can throw a lot of interceptions, though. I mean, they had a quarterback for 20 plus years who threw a lot of interceptions and, well, not 20 plus. I think he threw 18 years in Green Bay, but threw a lot of interceptions and still won a whole lot, though, too. So you can throw that out there. Ashley Hernandez says, what's going on, Ashley? Man hour, all we can do is hope that the change is going to be better than what we have been doing. I think you're talking about the Green Bay Packers. I hope you're talking about the Green Bay Packers. We can struggle as long as we have some good games. It's all known until we see Love play. So you are talking about the Green Bay Packers, so that's good. I think you guys are going to struggle mightily. You guys are going to be playing a, first place schedule with a quarterback who's unknown, with a wide receiver core who's suspect at best. And I really don't know where your run game really stands at this point either. The Green Bay Packers, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, 2 guys that struggle to stay healthy. And the Green Bay Packers are they're in a downward trend right now. And I'm okay with that as a Bears fan. I mean, look, I see you say, yes, go Pack, go. I'm a Bears fan, so I can't go with the Packers. But I will tell you that if I think that they're going to win the division, if I think they're going to be good, I will tell you I think they're going to be good. I just don't think that this year. I really do. I think this is the time for them to go down and be at the bottom of the division. I think it's going to be a couple years before the Packers see another division title. Brandon Miller says, go Seahawks. Go Seahawks. That's another interesting team, which we're going to get to. We're going to break them down here in a couple of days. So, Brandon, if you're around, make sure you check out Man Hour. We will be live for night 1 of the NFL Draft. We'll be live at Bourbon Street here in Chicago. So it'll be a great night. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have a ton of people there. We've already got, I think, over 120 people with seats reserved over at Bourbon Street for that night. So it's going to be a good time. But the Green Bay Packers, I think, are trending in a downward in the division. A team that I think is trending upward that I don't quite understand what they did yesterday, but a team that's still trending upward nonetheless, the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions have made some moves this offseason that have really impressed me before yesterday, obviously, with the Jeff Okudah thing. I still don't get it. Obviously, something internal. But they are a team that is in the upward trend. I might pick them to win the division this year. I'm not sure. I'm really not. I got to see what else they can do to kind of sabotage their chances at winning the division before this all goes down and I make predictions not prior to the draft and look stupid on a power ranking. But adding David Montgomery to DeAndre Swift, I think, is going to be the most powerful run game in the division. I really do. I think it's better than Minnesota. I think it's better than Chicago. It's definitely better than Green Bay. But DeAndre Swift and David Montgomery are arguably going to be the best running back duo in the division. The Detroit Lions question mark for me, other than a secondary now, is at quarterback. Which Jared Goff are you going to get? Are you going to get the Jared Goff from a couple years ago with the St. Louis Rams who doesn't make stupid mistakes and cost you games? Or are you going to get the Jared Goff who everybody knows and loves and who costs you some games by making stupid decisions and stupid passes in key situations? I'm not sure. The Detroit Lions also added Cameron Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, Gardner Johnson. A lot of key signings, which may have been why they were okay with letting Okudah go. Again, I don't understand. But you also have, I believe they got Marvin Jones back too, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they signed him to a 1-year deal, prove it deal kind of thing to get him back. So the Detroit Lions to me are trending up. I like them, may pick them to win the division. They're a team that's on the rise. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings, another team that is very good when you put them on paper. Didn't make a ton of moves. I did like the signing of Udo, the offensive lineman. I did like them agreeing to terms with Alexander Mattson to keep him in that backfield. I don't know how much Adam Thielen is going to hurt them. I really like what they have at the wide receiver position. Obviously, you've got probably, arguably, the best wide receiver in the NFL right now at your disposal in Justin Jefferson. But I like KJ Osborne and I like Jalen Reagor. I really do. I think those are two nice pieces. I think if you could add one more solid, maybe number 2, and you can keep Jalen Reagor in the slot, keep KJ Osborne in the slot, I think that's where you'll be the strongest. Can Kirk Cousins perform in prime time? Always a question that we need to answer. Always a question that is usually a no when you do answer it. But they're a team that they should perform well. They should be good in this division. They should be in the running for another division title. And they should be at it. And then we got my Chicago Bears. Another team that is trending up in this division. I really like what Ryan Pace. Didn't like what he did. I really like what Ryan Poles has done, though, since taking over for Ryan Pace. I like what they've done for Justin Fields. I don't like the fact that PJ Walker is our backup. I think we need a better backup. Maybe we get one here in the draft. Not sure. Not in the first 4 rounds, but maybe we get somebody in the draft. Deontay Foreman was a good pickup for the Bears. Maybe Khalil Herbert will be healthy. The run game is... I think Deontay Foreman can be a 1,000-yard back. This was a top 5 run team in the NFL last year. They are very good when it comes to running the football. Not very good when it comes to pass blocking. But we'll see. Got new additions on the offensive line. Maybe some more additions to the offensive line come draft time. The addition of DJ Moore, that big trade of the number 1 draft pick over to Carolina, that's a good trade. So your big needs for the Chicago Bears are going to be at offensive line. They say defensive end, but I kind of like defensive end. I like where we're at with DeMarcus Walker. I like where we're at with Travis Gibson. I think your biggest need, me personally, the biggest need is offensive line and wide receiver 2 depth. I really do. And when you go into the draft, I think at number 9, I think that the Bears are going to have to go wide receiver. And I don't think they will. I think they'll go offensive lineman, unfortunately. But I think you need to go wide receiver. I think you need to get a guy that's available, whether it's Jackson Smith and Jigba, whether it is Quentin Johnston. You need that big guy with the good hands that can catch the ball, that can break open and score the football for you. You need a guy who can get into the end zone. You need a guy who can run routes. You need a guy that can help Justin Fields do what Justin Fields is capable of doing. which is being an MVP caliber quarterback. The Bears, to me, are in the best position to take over a division for the foreseeable future than any other team in the NFL. And that's not just being a Bears fan, because I promise you this, I have never said this in my life as a Bears fan until now. It is because I truly believe it. They have the quarterback. They have the GM. They have the coaching staff. They have the wide receiver. They have the guys in place that if you just make the right moves and you build around what you have right now, the Bears are in a better position than any other team that's not currently a perennial division winner to take over a division. The Bears can be good for the next 5 to 10 years as long as they do it the right way. And to me, that is what Quentin Johnston, with Jackson Smith and Jigba, with any of these wide receivers that are available at number 9. Don't go offensive line. You can find that a lot easier in free agency. You can find that a lot easier through trade than you can in the draft. The pick is wide receiver. What we got here? KC will never disappoint. They'll always kill it, says Ashley Hernandez. I'm not so sure. I don't think they have the money. I don't think they have the ability to sustain a long run as they should, right? They should, with Patrick Mahomes, be a team that can win a Super Bowl every single year. But they handcuffed them with that contract to Patrick Mahomes. They handcuffed themselves. They can't make the exact moves that they need to make every time. They can't go out and spend the big money on free agency every single time. They can't do that. So I'm not so sure that they will always kill it. I'm not so sure that they will always be that team that we're afraid of. I think that they can be overtaken by the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they can be overtaken by the Buffalo Bills. The Miami Dolphins are up and coming if they can find a quarterback. Then you're going to have teams in the NFC that will be there as well. So, Ashley, thank you for joining the show. Thank you for commenting. I'm just not so sure KC will always kill it. I really don't. I think that they have to maybe try to get Patrick Mahomes to restructure that deal if they want to continue to kill it as long as they have Patrick Mahomes. It's just you have to have the money to spend to be able to stay relevant. And not everybody has that ability. They just don't. We here at the Man Hour want to thank everybody who chimes in, everybody who joins us in the chat, everybody who watches us every single day. My guy Wayne G over at Patriots End Zone chiming in. We had Ashley in the chat. We had Tiki Simpson in the chat. Joey, my guy Joey, in the chat. Brandon Miller said go Seahawks. We had him in the chat. We appreciate you guys who watch us every single day. We appreciate you guys who give us the love and support to do what we want to do the things that we can do. I apologize for Buck's nonsense in his power rankings. I apologize for you guys having to endure that sometimes on the Facebook feed. But let him know how you feel. Comment in the chat. Comment on the posts. Let him know how ridiculous he is. Let him know you want a little bit more truth and a little bit less clickbait. Let him know all that stuff. And tomorrow I'll argue with him and I'll go to bat for you guys. Because we need to have a little bit of common sense on this show. And his power rankings, they're not common sense. But I want to thank you guys again for joining the show. Make sure that you click that like. Make sure you click share. Make sure you subscribe. Check us out. It costs you nothing. Like, share, and subscribe. Join us again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on Man Hour. Till then, Man Hour Nation, rise up.